Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Temtem. So yeah, there's been definitely a lot of drama, a lot of emotions, a lot of questionable decisions done by Crema and just the staff alone. But they did actually address a lot of things in this open letter that they addressed several key concerns and updates regarding the future. So let's dive into this. So one of the first bullet points that I got from this was clarification on Temtem as an MMO. Crema acknowledges confusion regarding Temtem's classification as an MMO and clarifies its scope. They expressed regret for not providing clearer information during the Kickstarter campaign and apologize for any confusion caused. I still think they did this for marketing reasons, just because MMOs were, at the time when they were doing their Kickstarter, were getting a lot more funding, and it just opened up to a greater reach of people to back. I'm not saying that's the only reason their Kickstarter was super successful, but it's just the MMO tag definitely, when people at that time during the Kickstarter see MMO, they definitely were more willing to donate a little bit more than just a standard game. But yeah, so the next point in the letter was reasons for limited content updates. Crema explains the challenges and limitations in creating new islands and Temtem due to resource constraints and the game's design philosophy. They also discuss the concept of technical depth and its impact on game development. So the next key point they were talking about in the open letter was the monetization changes. Crema acknowledges community feedback on the monetization systems and announces plans to remove microtransactions, change premium content accessibility, and adjust future monetization approaches. And then another point they also mentioned in the actual letter was future development plans. Crema outlines upcoming patches for Temtem, including quality of life improvements, balance changes, and rework. They assure players of ongoing support and address concerns about server closure. Honestly, what they need to do right now is just make an offline patch. They just need to do that. Honestly, this, a lot of this drama and a lot of this backlash from the community would end. I'm not going to say 100% end, but it definitely, the majority of the community wants this offline patch. Get rid of the online feature. It makes no sense why they can't do that. It's just so frustrating. The community is just they're crying for that patch, and I'm one of those guys. It's so frustrating. So the next thing the open letter talks about is sequels and spin-offs. Crema discusses community desires for a Temtem sequel and reveals plans for a new game. They also mention an animated series in development. At this stage, I just personally don't I don't understand why they if they feel they don't want to work on Temtem 1 and do that offline patch, just create the offline patch and create Temtem 2. I feel like it's that simple, but what do I know? And I'm still a little hesitant about the animated series. Is it actually going to get made? At this point, I just don't understand why you would make an animated series and there's not really a game, a community behind it. It just seems like a waste of money, to be honest. And then at the very end of the open letter, basically they're talking about gratitude in conclusions. Crema expresses gratitude for the community support, reflects on game's achievement, and promises to continue improving and expanding the Temtem universe. To me personally, I don't think expanding the Temtem universe is by making roguelites and these side little mini games. I just feel like they're just cash grabs at this point. What Temtem needs to do, which most of you guys will probably agree, is offline patch and then make Temtem 2. At this point, Temtem 1 is, I feel like, an abandoned project at this point. Yes, they did complete pretty much everything in the Kickstarter. I believe the arcade bar is still one of the few items that needs to still be done. Obviously, they're going to, cut out some of the microtransactions, but at this point, if I could tell Crema one thing, or I had the ability to do one thing, is get rid of the online feature. Like, make it offline. Give us that patch. But overall, the letter aims to address player concerns, provide insights into development decisions, and outline future plans for Temtem and related projects. I mean, at this stage, I appreciate Crema actually doing the letter. I don't know how much I could say I feel like it's 100% sincere, but they did apologize in some sense. It's more than what they've normally done in the past. Is it going to change the community's view on this? Probably not. But at this point, they're just trying to do their best. I don't know. It's just, I really want to stay positive and not be negative all the time. But like, the community's just been wanting more out of it. Like, they're not expecting infinite content. Like, I guarantee the community doesn't want that. Like, I think this all started off as just being mislabeled as an MMO from the beginning. If they would have never been labeled as an MMO and required to be online 100% of the time, I probably wouldn't even be making this video at this stage. Temtem would probably be still a solid single player game, but you know, I have no way of, you know, grabbing, you know, my DeLorean, going 88 miles an hour and going to the past and you know, and being that voice or being that change. But at this stage, I just wanted to give you guys kind of like an update. This is probably the last video I might do on this, unless something really crazy happens. I don't really want to cover drama like all the time, but I had to cover this since I did cover the drama beforehand. I still a little skeptical with the studio in general, but to be fair, I had to you know, read this letter and summarize and make a video and just give my 2 cents to it, because I can't, you know, I have to be honest and be on both sides. This is, I guess, the most positive we can get out of this is this open letter. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys feel about this, because I still have my caution about this, and there's definitely a rocky future ahead, and hopefully that smooths out, but I hope they prove me wrong. Temtem definitely could have a solid future, but they definitely need to listen to the community and start patching things before they start making little roguelikes and little side project games. I think they need to go back to the basics and actually, you know, make a game for the gamer, not for themselves. Like, because I feel like everything they've done is for themselves. They're not listening to the gamer. The gamer is who pays for the game and funds the studio. When you make the game on your personal opinions and make it for yourself, that's not what, you know, making a video game is. Like, you're making a game to reach a community, and I feel like Temtem's lost that at this point. But there's always a possibility of them trying to reach out and trying to fix what, you know, is broken at this point. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys feel about this. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.